together. But what would they say? We're running just as fast as we can, holding on to one another's hand, trying to get away into the... Oh. Are you ready for another night of Quaran-Tinder, the special Avon, North Carolina, without a microphone, special Quaran-Tinder? Dougie, are you lying on a beach somewhere too, buddy?
Yep.
Thanks for that add-on as always. Are you lonely during the pandemic? I know we're in phase 1, somehow phase 2 right now for some states, but for me, I'm in phase horny. And I'm ready, just like my contestants, to find love in the pandemic of 2020. Dougie, tell the world how you've been all week.
Good.
Excellent. Now, if you wouldn't mind, Dougie, let's get to while we're on Quaran-Tinder. That's the contestants, the lovers, and the love making. Please introduce that first guest.
All right. Our first contestant is a manager in hell. She's looking for love. Give it up for Lucy.
Well,
hello.
What in the... Lucy, nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I am just a normal person, just trying to live my life how I feel. Are you okay?
I feel fine. Okay, continue.
Yeah, you know, I work at this place that gets a bad rap, but actually it's pretty cool if you're cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. Now, Lucy, tell me a little bit. They said in hell. Are you legitimately in hell, or is that the name of your work that you just hate?
No, I'm literally in hell.
Dougie, you know how to pick the contestants. Now tell me, even in hell, I imagine you still get horny during this quarantine. Tell me about how that's been for you.
Absolutely. Lust is one of my favorite sins. Yeah, I haven't been able to find anybody that's really connecting with me though on the level that I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm just I'm looking for more outside of the confinements of my work. You know, I'm more than that. I'd like to come into the mortal world. You know what I'm saying?
Completely. I know that Dougie and myself used to be in paganism back out in New Mexico, but tell me a little bit about, if you wouldn't mind, what kind of man do you normally look for down in hell?
Somebody who's into riding jet skis through lava, or just drinking beers on the side of volcanoes.
Wow, so you're kind of like a redneck hellion. I respect this, Lucy. Now, tonight, we have got 4 bachelors coming your way that want to go ahead and make love to the hell of you. Does that make you turned on or horny? Does it?
Yeah, it does.
I see. Well, then I tell you, looks like you knocked over your Satan's hammer. Hey, I don't know about you, but 2 in the front is worth 3 in the rear. Dougie, it's time to go ahead and get that first contestant up there. Hit it, Dougie.
Hi, my name's Carl P. Rumper. Carl with a K, because I like to kick, and also I know karate. Yeah, well, I'm a professional ball boy. It sounds a lot gayer than it is. Whatever. Professional ball boys don't discriminate against ball sizes. So I'm up for anything, I guess. My shoe size is 13, but we don't have to worry about that right now. My ideal perfect day is getting free hot dogs at the concession stand and watching one of the other games I get for free when I'm not being ball boy. During the pandemic, I like to play games, but don't play games with my heart. I used to speak 3 languages, but the Modern Language Association discontinued Pig Latin in 2011. But I do speak Spanish and French, the languages of love. Oui, por favor, hola, taco, baguette. Burrito, Crumpet, Eiffel Tower, Cafe, Latte, Mexico City, Chihuahua, Poodle. I don't know. To be a pro, you have to have enough balls to finish the job. You know what my favorite color is? Red, white, and blue. America. America.
Holy cafe ole, that was one sexy ball of a man. Lucy, what were you thinking when you saw that hot stuff?
My first impression is he's definitely a nice guy. He mentioned karate, which is, like wrath is one of my favorite sins. Also, he mentioned pig Latin, speaking in tongues. I love that.
Oh, we got a little double entendre here. So what you're saying is he kind of got your perdition's flame moving. Is that accurate?
Oh, it's flaming. It's hot.
Ooh, I like the way that is. I know one thing. Dougie one time, excuse me. I'll be all right. I got something in my throat right there. But Dougie one time played with a flaming mignon, didn't you, Dougie?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, so what did you think about his language speaking?
Yeah, he seems to speak several tongues, and I think that's really cool, especially if you can change between them really quickly.
Well, the words he knew were so complex, if you noticed, and he also seemed to be very down to earth, very American with the way he wanted to just eat hot dogs. Is that a turn on for someone that comes from, down south like yourself?
Absolutely. I love a good cookout. Flame broiled.
Oh, I like the way you talk, and if it matters, you're making my mire burn to the fire. Lucy, I need to know right now, are we thinking of swipe right, swipe left, or are we going to hi-ya to the next contestant?
That guy might be a little too sweet for me. Why don't we just see what other options are out there?
Well, I agree with you on that. But you know what they always say? If you have a sweet tooth, you should always eat char-broiled grills. Hey, Dougie, hit us up with that next bachelor, and let's get the fire going in this woman's pants.
3-day weekend. You know what that means. Head on down to the Piggly Wiggly, get some of them spicy jalapeno Cheetos, maybe drop $25, $50 on some lottery tickets, and a little bit of money on a phone card, because I'm looking for some phone sex. Bullseye. Hey, I'm Harry Roddick. I'm looking for a woman that can fill these 3 quantities. Someone that's into ankle socks, someone that likes to work with their hands, as I built this here garage door, and I'm looking for someone that doesn't mind doing a little bit of phone sex on a weekday. I make my living out here with hammers, nails, and garage door springs. I'm looking for a woman that don't mind that I don't eat no breakfast, and I like to come home whenever I damn near want. When I get paid, I put all my cash in an envelope. All right, 10-minute break's over.
Woo! Holy piggly wiggly, that's one pig I'd like to put on a fire and go ahead and marinate. How did you feel about that man, obviously from Ocean View, up from Ocean View?
I cannot believe y'all have given me the amount of just talent that you have tonight. It's wonderful. Yeah, that guy seems very hedonistic.
Absolutely, Lucy. And what did you think about his name, Harry Roddick? Seems a little bit of a play on words there, possibly?
Oh, no, that's a very common name, I'm sure.
I see. Now, are you yourself into men that are kind of from the Ocean View, Virginia area? Is that something that turns you on?
Absolutely.
Or is that a big turnoff?
Oh, no. Ocean View, they say it is Satan's country.
That's absolutely right. He seemed dirty. Did that bother you at all?
No, absolutely not. I like it dirty. That man had a lot going on for him. He mentioned he likes to keep his money in an envelope, I believe. And my mom always used to say, if your money's not in an envelope, it better be up a dancer's ass crack. So, like, that man, I think, knows that and values that.
Your mom sounds like a hell of a woman. Just to get that right, did you say if your money's not in an envelope, it should be in a stripper's ass crack? Is that what you said?
Yes, and I feel like that person that you just showed to me shares those values.
I couldn't agree with you more. I know that Dougie one time had a $12 bill in his ass crack, didn't you, Dougie?
Yep.
There it is, and he'll never forget that night. We were in New Mexico with 2 armadillos. Now, Lucy, what are we thinking here on Harry Roddick? Swipe right, swipe left, or are we going to ocean view on to the next one?
This one's tough, but I would like to see some more contestants. Let's swipe left on this one for now.
Makes sense to me. Dougie, if you wouldn't mind, give this woman that seems to be full of passion, fire, hell, and brimstone the next contestant, please. Hi-ya!
Well, now, my name's Huckleberry Jim, and if you write for me, I'll be your Huckleberry. And I hope I find out you're a daisy, because if I find out I swiped left and you're not, then I'm just going to be heartbroken that we might not be friends. Yes, I ride a hard life. I kind of just kicked this cough, and I'm feeling spry. And if you like playing cards and riding in the high country, I think we could be together, and I will take you on the bestest spelling contest in the Old West. I sure hope you pick me, because, like I said, I'll be your Huckleberry, and I'd love for you to be my friend. Take care now. Much obliged, and swipe the corral to the right, and we'll have a mighty fine night. Ciao, arrivederci, bonsoir. That's French. Goodbye now. Hope to see you soon.
You're a daisy if you do pick that one. Hey, how was that Huckleberry on your little strawberry?
He seemed to be trapped in time, almost as if he's a ghost. And I liked that about him.
Oh, I bet you would. That fits your pattern. You're a little bit of ghouly kind of woman yourself.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's the craziest sexual night you've ever had with a ghost?
Okay. This one time a ghost rubbed chocolate syrup all over my body while I slept, and I woke up the next day and it was an absolute mess. It was awful.
I'll bet. I know Dougie and I one time got stuck with maple syrup, didn't we, Dougie?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Now, what was the biggest turn on you found about that old Doc Holliday kind of fella?
He said something about riding through the countryside, and I was thinking it would probably be cool to like ride on ATVs through the countryside with that guy. Seems like it would be a ripping good time.
Now, he also had a little bit of a gunslinger feel to him. Does that turn you on that he was a little bit of a bad boy from the West?
Yeah, guns. I think those are pretty cool. You know, like, yeah, I think, yeah. I like the bad boy image. You know, that guy, he was kind of a bad boy.
Yeah, I can understand that. And if you like guns, there's a big old crappy old gun shop right in Bob's Gun Shop in the Neon District. Dougie, I know that's where you buy all your Colt and Smith & Wessons, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Now, here we come down to it. Are we thinking we're going to want to go ahead and rawhide right? Do we want to go ahead and sling blade left? Or do we want to mount our wagons and see the next video?
Well, that person showed the law promise, but I just got to see another video, you know, before I make my decision.
Good pick. Dougie, if you wouldn't mind, this hellion right here wants to see the next video, and so do I. I'm feeling frisky down here in Avon.
Yo, check it out. My name's Casey. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. My perfect date, I'd pick you up on my moped because I got a DUI, which stands for driving under awesomeness. Then we can crush some Four Locos. And I'll explain my favorite book, Infinite Jest, to you. I'll explain all the symbolisms in it. Then I'm gonna get some Taco Bell, because I'm gonna need some fuel before I crush that puss. That's what I'm gonna do to your taco. And starts the foreplay, watching Fight Club. And then, after we're done banging, I'll play video games and you can watch. Or you can just go.
Did he say before he banged that bush? Hey, what were you thinking about this gentlemanly man, Lucy?
Well, all right. I thought the guy from earlier that worked on garage doors was a heathen, but this guy knows how to party.
Uh-huh. What was your biggest turn on about this man of many magic tricks with the body and the sexual language?
I think that he purchases the Taco 12-pack at Taco Bell, and that is the biggest turn on.
Yes, and his innuendos were always about the women's genitalia. We're in an age now, and I know that Dougie knows this from all the Me Too problems he had in the last couple years. I haven't, but what I'd love to know is, did that bother you that he brought back sort of that masculinity, that naked aggression malehood that most women are afraid of these days?
That was highly offensive, and he would fit in really great in hell.
You heard it first. Lucy, I can promise you this, you make my flames burn like an orange fire crotch, and that makes me happier than a June bug without tentacles. Real quick, I'm really needing to feel a couple things from you. We want to know, have two of them gotten your eye at all?
I'm thinking about him, yeah.
Okay, well, as you well know, purgatory takes a long time to wait in, and that's where we're going to put you right now. We're going to put you into Quaran-Tinder purgatory. Dougie,
I'm
we're
ready.
going to stop for those lovely sponsors. I know, Lucy, you've done it for me with those horns and everything. I can't wait to see the sponsors this week and who the winners are from last week's Quaran-Tinder. Lucy, stay cool in hell.
All right, we have more Quaran-Tinder on the way, but first, a word from our sponsors. Still no sponsors. That means it's back to eating ramen noodles for Winky and the Dougster. Oh well, let's take a look at our winners from last week's show. First up, we had Grace Parker. You guys voted, and Grace is gonna be quarantined with Santa Claus. Hold on to your mistletoe. Then we had Andy Royd. The votes are in, and Andy will be paired off with Marigold. Congratulations to all our Quaran-Tinder contestants. Now let's get back to the show, but first, a word from our sponsors.
Really, Dougie? I'm out here giving everything I've got, giving the world my soul, letting Wink Massingale, who I didn't even introduce myself as tonight, giving everything I've got as a performer and a soul of happiness and sexuality, and you can't get me one damn sponsor?
Nope.
Good work. Well, congratulations to the winner. Regardless of whether we have a sponsor, I promise you I still have a penis. I'm Wink Massingale. Should have said this earlier. My whole partner here that loves to chime in is named Dougie. Dougie, I think we're all excited. We love what happened to those couples from last week, but this is all about the here and the now. Why don't you go ahead and hit us up with that bachelor, that special bachelor that's looking to find a Quaran-Tinder match tonight?
All right, our next contestant comes all the way from jolly old England. He is an entrepreneur. Please welcome Lord Wendell Fogger.
Cheerio, cheerio, Mr. Fonter.
Oh, hello, Wink. Such a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. I'm a big fan. I really am.
Mr. Fonter, I seem like I'm a huge fan of yours as well, and I know I speak for the whole audience. You seem to be full of raw sexuality. Tell us a little bit about how the pandemic of 2020 has been for a sexual man like yourself.
Well, it's been very challenging, quite frankly. I mean, not being able to cohabitate with anybody has been difficult for me. Although I did discover the Pornhub. Fascinating piece. Working on the, I've got my social media skills going as well. So not happy. I need a woman desperately.
Makes sense to me. Now, I know that Dougie one time cohabited on social media with a mongoose. Do you want to talk about it, Dougie?
Yep.
Okay. Now, Lord Fodder, what kind of woman do you normally go for in the jolly old England?
Well, truth be told, I do like older women. Yes, it's just a little thing I have. They should be breathing. That's very important to me. I enjoy them if they can actually use both legs to dance. That's also very, very helpful. I live at home with Mother Fogger, and Mother is very particular as to who I date, and therefore I end up with the older women, and I'm not upset about that. Actually, it's difficult. Yes, can be difficult.
That makes sense to me, Mr. Fodder. Now, but tonight it's all about getting your rocks off on Quaran-Tinder. Are you ready for those bachelorettes to come on here?
I am absolutely excited. However, I don't have rocks. I only have one testicle, so I just have a rock. So I would like to get my rock off. Yes. Yes.
Dougie, you know how to pick the contestants, and I think I speak for everyone when I say we are ready to get Quaran-Tindered. Hit that contestant, Dougie.
Hello. My name is Olga. I am Russian. And my mother was a former KGB agent. For this reason, I am looking for a proper American submissive. If you feel you fit this profile, I hope you choose me. And by submissive, I mean you must do anything sexual I tell you to do. You must take care of any children that we may have. You must cook me my meals. And you must be submissive. If you are not submissive and you disobey me, I will punish you like a proper Russian does to an American. Now, if you feel you meet this criteria, please reach out to me. I promise I am the best dominatrix Russia and America has ever seen. Choose me.
Lord Fodder, what were we thinking about that one?
I'm speechless. Russian dominatrix? Oh, do you think she'd hurt me?
I do.
Oh, that might be very interesting. I'm a bit fearful, however, because she's looking for an American.
Yes.
I don't think I fit that bill. I've been in America a few times. It's a nice place, but I'm not sure I'm going to meet her standards.
That makes sense. Now, as far as in the submissive department, are you okay with Olga wanting to smack that ass and make you submissive and, like, I guess y'all call it a little bum? Are you okay with having your bum all bummed?
I don't mind actually having my bum paddled from time to time, but I don't want the paddle to have holes in it because I look like cheese afterwards, and it's not comfortable.
Absolutely. You know, one thing I forgot to ask you before we get back to the how do I put orificed Olga is, how did you get your lordship?
It's actually rather new. As I said, I was on the social media recently, and I discovered the Facebook. And on the Facebook, they had an advert. So for $49.90, you could own a plot of land in Scotland. And I bought it. I'm going to get a certificate. I'm going to build a castle there, actually. Of course, the land is a little smaller than I had expected. It's 3 feet by 1 foot. So we're going to have to go vertical. The moat is going to be the biggest challenge.
I think that's a lovely lordship story. I know that Dougie and I bought a star together. You know how you could buy one in the astronomical star? We called it the Dink Star, where we just put our names together. Do you remember that, Dougie?
Yep.
So, right now, what are we thinking here? Are we gonna Das Vidania onto that woman? Do we want to get whipped right, whipped left, or we want to see that next contestant?
You know, I'm afraid that she's not going to like me, so let's go to the next one. Let's see what we've got.
You heard it, Dougie! Hit that next contestant for Lord Fata.
Good evening. I'm Miss Green. I'm an English teacher. When I tell people that, they're not usually surprised. They tell me that they knew that already. How could they have figured it out? I would like someone who speaks perfectly. Beautifully constructed sentences, perfect grammar. I would like someone who knows the difference between lie and lay. For example, you know, I'm not talking about lie as in a woman should lie about whether or not she's had an orgasm. I'm talking about lie down on the bed with me versus let me lay your body down. Do not say lay down. Do not say lay down. That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm also looking for someone to read a bedtime story with me. Someone who can read a bedtime story with good inflection, reading the entire sentence, not stopping just because it's the end of the line. Do you think you could do that for me? If so, you know what to do.
Holy grammar! I hate to say this. Don't mean to take over here, Dougie and Lord Fodger, but to lie is to recline oneself. To lay is to set something down. And I right now would love to lay down in a field of flames with that woman. What are you feeling?
I speak English. We have so much in common. And the book, it's phenomenal. I once read that years ago. I would love to read that to her. She's almost everything I'd possibly want in a woman. Oh,
well, to steal from Rodney Dangerfield, I hate doing it. The great thing about English teachers is if you mess up, they'll make you do it again.
Of course, with only one testicle, it's difficult to do it once. Yes. Yes. But I'll try.
Sorry.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to start calling you Lord Uniball. So, Lord Uniball, tell me right now, would you feel like you would like to, and let's get the English correct on this, would you like to swipe right, swipe left, or would you like to go right up the middle?
I do believe I'd like to see another one because I could get my diction incorrect and then it would be a disaster.
I agree with you. There's nothing wrong than getting the wrong diction in the wrong mouth. Hey,
cheers to that.
Dougie, I remember that time you had a reindeer up on your ass. Do you?
Yep.
Good work. Let's go ahead and hit that next contestant because this man is getting all bottoms and jolly.
Howdy, I'm Jessie. Damn glad to meet you. Let's jump right into the first guest, one Miss Piggy. What is it like being the Trina of the Muppets? Excusez-moi? That's right, because you're the baddest bitch. Oh, shit, I hear a bad bitch right now. Is that Issa Rae dropping bars in the mirror? Broken pussy. Speaking of broke pussy, that leads us right on into welcoming Peggy Bundy. Oh, ow. Cool. So, we're gonna hop on over to the after party and the afterlife. Holy hell, is that Bill Shakespeare over there? I can't see real good. Oh no, it's like Farley and Gilda. It's always something. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Amen. We're gonna end this up with a POTUS party phone call. China. That's all, folks. Go on, get.
Holy shnikes! We went from an English major to some woman that just murdered the English language sexually. How did that make you feel, Lord Foggy Bottom?
I did not understand half of what she said. The diction was, the English teacher was very upset about this. Don't you agree? But
she would. Now, does it scare you that she was into broke pussies?
Well, we might actually have more in common than you think.
Aha! I hadn't thought of the pattern. You've got a broke ball.
Yes, and you know, a broken ball and a broken pussy, it could be the perfect match. It's amazing. And all of her celebrity friends, it must be very popular to know Miss Piggy personally.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't agree with you more. And there was just so much to it if you look at it this way. You could be Lord Uniball and she could be Lord or Lady Broke Pussy. What are we thinking here, Lord Foggy Bottom? And plus, her SNL picks, from a guy like me, I love Chris Farley, I love Gilda Radner, I loved all their picks. Dougie, I know you're big into China as well.
Yep.
Lord Foggy Bottom, what are we thinking right here? Do we want a broke pussy right, broke pussy left, or do we want to go ahead and see the next pussy?
Well, I'd see the next pussy as long as it's an interesting pussy. I do not like boring pussies. Who does, right?
Understood. Now, I will admit this may be why we don't have sponsors, and to all the ladies out there, I'm a gentleman. Dougie's been to jail. Hey, Dougie, hit that next video.
Hey, y'all. My name is Patricia LaCroix, and I am a former Miss Dukes Mayonnaise. That's right. I was crowned Miss Dukes Mayonnaise in 1996. Best day of my life. As a former winner, I received a lifetime supply of Dukes Mayonnaise. All this mayonnaise and no one to share it with. I really hope you would be that someone special. Now, as you can see, I recently switched over to Dukes Mayonnaise Light because I want to be more health conscious. I'm also independently wealthy. That's right. I write a series of romance novellas called The Duke and the Duchess for Dukes Mayonnaise. Now, all this mayonnaise sure makes a girl lonely. I really hope you would swipe right on me. All right, now, bye.
No, this girl's gonna work for you because you are always light on the mayonnaise, aren't you, Lord Uniball?
Oh, I'm quite light on the mayonnaise. I basically only can use half of the mayonnaise that most men can use. But you know, she's royalty, actually. And Lady Mayonnaise and Lord Foggy, I mean, and she had the tiara. Did you notice that? It was striking on her.
We may have ourselves a Quaran-Tinder pick here. What was your favorite thing about her besides her being a Lady Duke and a Duchess and all the late romance stuff? What was it really got inside you and made you want to cream yourself?
The fact that it was 1996 that she was winning that award, that means she's a bit older than she appears. Don't you agree? I mean, the others were rather young, but this one, you know, it's, she was quite attractive.
Yes, she was. And I know one thing, she is not spoiled mayonnaise. She seemed like she was right on top of it all. And I wanted to rub it all over myself and smack it like I do with all my women.
Do you think,
but that's another story for another time, Lord Foggy Bottom.
Yeah, do you think that she would be interested in taking a Limburger cheese bath with me with just a little bit of mayonnaise on it?
I sure do, because we all have dreams like that. Lord Foggy Bottom, I want you to be thinking hard right now, because you're going to have to make a choice coming up when we come back from the break from our sponsors to pick who you're going to Quaran-Tinder with. Will it be Olga, the submissive, round woman? Will it be the English teacher that'll make you do it again? Will it be the mayonnaise woman, or will it be that other hellcat in the middle? You decide, and we'll come right back after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to the sponsor list, Quaran-Tinder. Oh. Oh, that sounded like I had emphysema when I was orgasming. Hey, Dougie, I know you have emphysema and you have a hard time orgasming.
Yep.
You've been on fire tonight, might I add. Hey, let's bring those two contestants back in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the Quaran-Tinder stage, Lucy and Lord Fogger.
Yeah, they are. Meet each other up here. Lord Fogger, please meet Lucy, the woman from hell, and the other man where we dropped his tea in the harbor. Been a big topic this week.
So I've heard. Yes, so nice to meet you.
Oh, Lucy, I love what you've done with your hair.
And I with yours.
Oh,
thank you.
I wouldn't want to have a Quaran-Tinder match with y'all, but wait, Dougie, am I right now? I'm hearing in my ear that we are going to kind of make this show into a little bit of something different tonight. We're going to turn this into Let's Make a Deal. We're going to give you an offer right now where we're going to show you one Quaran-Tinder video that you're allowed to turn in all your picks for if you find that you like this one best. Dougie, do you have that video ready?
Yep. Get ready
Let's hit that video right. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Dougie?
Let's get ready for the wild card.
Hey, I'm John McClane from the movies Die Hard. And I'm here on Quaran-Tinder today to say, hey, I need a little bit of your help. I'm lonely too. I don't have any buildings to save or cities to save. So it's getting tough on a guy like me, and you know, a guy like me wants you to swipe right on Quaran-Tinder because I'll walk through glass and bare feet for you, girl. Now, just know a few things about me. I drink too much. I'm completely have a hero personality. And most importantly, I know how to die hard. And if you're a good girl, I'll die hard with a vengeance. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Woo! I'd like to John McClane that, man. I'm going to start off with you, if you wouldn't mind. Ladies first. Lucy, did that man right there tickle your fancy or make you want to die hard like it did me? Because I'm turned on and may have to touch myself.
I'm just trying to figure out who this guy thinks he is. That closing line was totally, like, insulting. I don't know what to think about him. He probably sucks at basketball, is what I think. I assure you, you hellion, you are wrong about that. Let's get to his physicality. Was there anything about him that made you want to rise up out of the flames and jump right on that paleness? If I'm just going to be honest, nothing about him turned me on. Nothing. There was nothing about that person that was redeeming in any sense of the word. I can't stress enough how turned off I am, actually.
Well, I hope you go to hell.
I already work there.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Going to you, if you wouldn't mind, Lord Foggy Bottom. I don't know which ways you go. I know you only have one testy, but that man right there had enough testosterone for 16 bulls. Thoughts?
I'm speechless, actually. That this man's actually still alive. I look at the face like that and feet that were filthy. I mean, filthy. They probably make my Limburger cheese smell. Well, it does smell fine, but and he was ugly as sin. Which means
okay, I've heard enough here. I've heard enough. It appears that y'all are making a terrible mistake by that going on, and you both can go screw a monkey. Now back to the point. Let's go ahead and start with you, that hellion from down in hell, Lucy. Even though you're idiotic for not picking that basketball masculinity, have you narrowed it down to 2?
I think I have. My first choice is going to be that old-timey guy who was calling me a daisy.
The man from the Old West, the Huckleberry himself. You're a daisy if you do. What is it about him that made you want to pick him like a daisy?
he seemed like he was from an older time, and that was very mysterious, very crackly, lots of filters, and I liked it.
Well, you're not known for your taste, but I do understand where you're coming from. And how about that number 2 there, you little hellion on hell wheels person?
I liked the gentleman that was really into phone sex and kept his money in an envelope. His name, I think, was Harry.
Was this Harry Rodcock?
Rod Dick.
Rod Dick, that's right, Harry Rod Dick. Do you know who the director of that film was by any chance?
I don't know, but they're brilliant, honestly. Yeah, I've never seen better editing.
I have heard rumors that there's a girl out there named Eva that has been directing a lot of things like this that are turning on the whole world. The only problem is she still has no taste, because she should have picked that Die Hard, because that man would die hard with a vengeance.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay, no, I don't know if you do. Hey, Lucy, we're all rooting for you, and I'll promise you, you are the Satan to my pitchfork. Now, popping over to you, we'll find out next week who they picked for you. Now, popping over to Lord Foggybottom. Lord Foggybottom, have we narrowed it down to 2?
We have, actually. It's quite difficult for me to choose. But I do believe the woman with the broken pussy is a very real possibility for me. I think half a pussy and a half a testicle would match up quite interestingly. And even though I don't understand one thing she said, or hardly anything at all.
Well, I think that's a good pick, because she's a Chris Farley fan, and you never can go wrong with Chris Farley. However, I am a little worried about y'all's pelvises come together, because it's going to look like Brokeback Pussy, which is not a sequel to Brokeback Mountain. Now, who is your number 2 pick?
Well, it's very difficult, but I believe I'm going to choose the Duchess.
The Duchess of Mayo!
The Duchess of Mayo. I can't produce as much mayo as she would like. I understand that, but it seems she has enough. And Lord knows, if she has enough mayo already, we could hit it off perfectly.
Perfectly. Plus, it's great for the quarantine. You don't have to go to the grocery store and risk getting the COVID virus whatsoever. Hey, I think that's a good pick for you. I think that if you look at it this way, 1 ball plus a lot of mayo equals what Dougie does on Saturday nights. Isn't that right, Dougie?
Yep.
Now, for Lucy, for Lord Foggybottom, and for Dougie, it's time for us to say goodbye tonight. But remember, if you're not Quaran-Tindered, you probably don't have any kind of genitalia. Good night.
This is Dougie. On behalf of Wink Massengill and myself, thank you for watching Quaran-Tinder. We have a brand new show coming at you next week.